Fellow District 106 Toastmasters, it's my pleasure to present our regional advisor, distinguished Toastmaster, Catherine Secundiak. Before I let her present her topics today, I would like to introduce her. Catherine is from Regina, Canada. She joined Toastmaster on November 2010. She joined Toastmaster because her boss never listened to her. She has a lot of ideas, but her boss never listened to her. Somebody told her that, why don't you join Toastmasters? She found one club, she been there, and she found pizza. She saw that, you can develop communication eating pizza. Unfortunately, that was the only day pizza was served. But she never left after she joined that day. Today, she is a region advisor helping 5 districts like us. District 106 is one of them. Today, she is going to present us how a quality club should look like, and mostly focus on mentoring, because she herself been through this. She became a mentee, now a mentor, and every role in her Toastmaster career, from area director, division director, district trios to region advisor, she is mentor. That's why she knows the value of mentoring. She find her voice, become a mentee. That's what she is going to share us. You never know. Her experience might be we are facing now. You never know. Her presentation, her voice, her experience might help us to find this level of experience. For example, she joined here to learn her communication skills. But because of the platform which Toastmaster provided her, she became the regional leader, where she is helping more than 12,000, I guess, members. And this is one of her part. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Catherine, to come and help us. Catherine, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gopu. So great to be in District 106, and I'm here today to, talk about club quality, and particularly to talk about mentoring. Mentoring has been such a strong, as Gopu mentioned, something that I have valued greatly with my experience with Toastmasters. I have a mentor for every single leadership position I've ever had in Toastmasters, and I am also out there mentoring others continuously. So that today is what is going to be the main focus of my presentation, or our discussion this evening, and I'll get started. So mentoring is really an opportunity it works both ways. So there's such great opportunity for the mentor as well as for the protege, the one being mentored. There's opportunities for both. So it does work both ways. There's also benefits for the club as well as each of the individual members. So for each of us. Now, during club officer training, you may have talked a little bit about club quality and how does mentoring kind of work with club quality. This is a picture of club quality in Toastmasters International. The club values and the mission are the foundation of the club and the member experience. So those are at the bottom. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And those values, of course, are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Those are the foundation of our clubs and our membership. The club experience is shaped by 4 guiding principles. So experiential learning, so learning by doing and experimenting. It's a self-paced program, as well as peer feedback. We give each other feedback in the meetings to be able to help us each individually grow and get different perspectives. And that last column there is mentoring. So that's where we're going to be focusing our time today here. At the top is the moments of truth. So that is the model to help provide the ideal member experience. Those are 6 areas or moments of a member's existence or experience with Toastmasters that can make or break the experience. I don't know if anybody remembers what those 6 moments of truth are. The first one is first impressions. Second one is member orientation. Third one is fellowship, variety, and communication. Fourth one is program planning and meeting organization, so making sure we're running great meetings. Our membership strength, being at charter strength or 20 members, that's a robust, good sized club. And achievement recognition. And I often forget or don't have all of the moments of truth memorized, but I often think of it as entering into a house party. You know, you walk up to the house and you enter in the door and you've got that kind of first impression of the house. They let you in. Oh, beautiful house. So that first impression. And then they got to kind of show you around. Here's the living room. Here are the washrooms. So that's the member orientation. Next, you want to have some fun and varieties. You want to get to know people and kind of mingle. There's likely some games or activities that happen in the evening. So it's program planning and meeting organization. If you have a lot of people there, it's a great time. You have a better party. And then at the end, I don't know if you guys get this opportunity very much, but I remember when I was a kid, you'd leave a party, you'd get a goodie bag, right? So that's the achievement recognition and showing appreciation for people coming in. So again, that's the club quality picture based on the moments of truth and those 4 pillars of the Toastmasters program, and the foundation being our club mission and our values. So talking about mentoring in particular, so our founder, Dr. Ralph Smedley, one of his quotes is that we realize that the 2 most important factors in Toastmasters are mentoring and evaluations. So is there no doubt that if these 2 are done well and there's good mentoring program, your club will be filled with spark plugs ready to fire upon request. Mentoring and evaluations create enthusiasm. And once you light that fire, the only thing that it needs is some kindling. So getting that mentoring program effective right at the start is so important to keep the energy, you know, especially with the pathways and learning the application. Having somebody sitting right beside them at the beginning will really help. And the numbers show that as well. So this is a study, it's been a little bit dated back from 2017. And they looked at the reasons why people leave Toastmasters or why they don't renew. Of course, time constraints, personal reasons, new interests or commitments. And then when they asked them what were their desires or what would help them to rejoin, that second highest option there was more mentoring available to me. So that's really interesting. And on the District 106 website as well, there's a number of statistics that are available. So this is under Club Officer Resources under District 106. The district leadership had pulled together some mentoring statistics. And there's some interesting numbers there about what people are looking for in mentoring. So I encourage you to check that out because mentoring is very important and is very key. It's our opportunity to engage our members right from the start. So today I'm going to introduce you to the Pathways Mentoring Program. So I don't know how many people here have enrolled in the Pathways Mentoring Program just yet, but I'll go through, give you a bit of an overview of what you can expect from the program, and then talk a little bit about how to incorporate that in your club. Along the way, I'm going to share a personal mentoring experience that I've had with a new member in our club, Steve, and and share kind of some of the benefits that we've both gotten going through this Pathways mentoring program. All right, so the mentorship is an important part of the Toastmasters experience, and many of us have benefited from being mentored, mentoring others, or both. So there is a new mentoring program available, the Pathway Mentor Program, which is a structured program that will help you identify when you are ready to be a mentor, understand best practices for mentoring, and practice mentoring on a small and then a large scale. So a short-term and a long-term mentoring arrangement. So you're able to enroll in this program once you've completed level 2 of your first path. There's no extra charge for pursuing the Pathways Mentor Program. And there are 4 projects in this program. So the first one is including Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, and that's in level 2 of your path. It's not a path. You do get an educational award at the end. There's no DCP or Distinguished Club Points program credit for that, but it is an educational award for the member. And there are 3 projects: Prepare to Mentor. So that's an online self-assessment, mentoring in a short assignment, and advanced mentoring. So that's longer term assignment. That's about 6 months or more assignment. Once you've done your first assignment, then the second one. So again, the prerequisite of you must have completed level 2 in your path. The mentor has to deliver a speech to the club at the end of each assignments. And there's 6 helpful forms in this program, which I'll list them. I still use them to this day, and they're so helpful with mentoring. So the first one is a mentor self-assessment. So that is a assessment form that you can take for yourself to see what do you want to get out of the mentoring experience. The protege also does a self-assessment, so you can understand a little bit more what they want to get out of Toastmasters and out of this short-term mentoring or long-term mentoring. Next is a protege success plan. So taking a look at the goals, short-term goals or long-term goals, what do they want to achieve in their Toastmasters program? There's a mentor communication tracking log that helps you kind of take notes as you meet regularly with your protege, be able to keep track of progress and see how well the relationship is working. There's a monthly goal check form, so you can check against the goals that were set. How is it been progressing? There's a mentor evaluation form that you can use throughout or definitely at the end of the arrangements, as well the protege evaluation form. So we'll take a look at some of those forms. And again, I'll use an experience, a personal experience that I've had recently. So this is Steve. He's a member of my club. He joined a couple of years ago now. So I guess this mentoring arrangement has been going on for a little while. He and I had met through work, and I encouraged him to come connect with people in our club and get to know people in Regina. He was from outside of our city. And so I took him on as a mentor, and we followed the mentoring program. So our first steps were our self-assessment. So we each did our self-assessment. This is a picture of mine of what were our long-term goals for mentoring. What do I bring to the mentoring experience? What experience do I have already? And what are some things that I want to get out of that? So that was the first step. Both Steve and I completed a self-assessment. Why did I want to mentor? I wanted to develop leadership and coaching skills. So that's what I do for my career, for my job. I'm the director of continuous process improvement in my organization. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about leadership and coaching. I want to be able to follow through on a defined relationship, being able to make that arrangement and stick to it till the end. This was an opportunity for me to connect back to my club members. So because I've been in district leadership for so long, I hadn't been able to have an opportunity to give back to my clubs because I was busy supporting other leaders. So this was an opportunity. And I was open to learning from others. Every time you get a new member into your club, you just always learn so much from them. It's just a fantastic experience. So after we did the self-assessments, I knew why I was doing this, and I knew why Steve was in Toastmasters as well. We sat down and we worked on the protege success plan. So because this was a short-term arrangement, we were looking more at those short-term goals. What do you want to achieve, say in the next 3 to 6 months or so? We looked at some medium-term goals, and we also talked about his long-term goals. Because I want to make sure that whatever we're doing kind of leads to that, even though our relationship, mentoring relationship, wasn't going to be as long-term as that. Definitely had a defined period. Our next step was to meet regularly, and this is a copy of the communication tracking log. I keep track of notes or any issues that were discussed, any action items or follow-ups, either from Steve or myself. And we'd be able to check in our next checkup and see how those actions went, and be able to keep track of everything. Then we also had the evaluation form, which we use periodically through our relationship, as well as at the end. So there is an evaluation for the mentor, and there's also an evaluation for the protege. So we kind of swapped and gave each other feedback. How did I do as a mentor? Where could I have supported you more? As well as looking at Steve and where his opportunities were to grow. So now looking at it from Steve's perspective, so normally he joins me in some of these presentations that I do, but he is not available. But from Steve's perspective, when he's looking at mentoring, he is looking for an opportunity to tap into the wisdom of more experienced individual in order to shorten his time to success. So why struggle and float around for a while? Why not get right straight into it? And a mentor can help with that. Who is a mentor? From Steve's perspective, a mentor is someone who identifies potential opportunities and obstacles that a protege may likely miss on their journey towards success and achievement. So these were characteristics or things I was looking out for. Where were some opportunities that maybe Steve didn't see in himself? And from Steve's perspective, why did he want to have a mentor? He wanted to navigate a new culture and an environment. He was new to our city and new to our culture. He wanted to learn new ways of doing things, reducing any costs or likely mistakes or costly mistakes or errors, and increase his chance of success. So again, mentorship is an important part of the Toastmasters experiences. Many of us have benefited from being mentored, mentoring others, or both. And there is this new mentoring program available, the Pathways Mentoring Program, which is structured that will help you identify when you are ready to be a mentor, understand best practices for mentoring, and practice mentoring on the small, short-term, and the long-term scale. Our district, my home district is District 42, and often bringing that into the club is a little bit of a challenge. So there is some resources that our district have developed to help you bring Toastmasters mentoring program into your club. So understanding that process of what does it mean to be a mentor? How will this work in your club? When will mentors be assigned? What are some of the best practices that are happening, and how do you implement it? How do you get that good match or get that good fit? So there are some resources all around Toastmasters International, but this one as well. I don't think it's been updated yet for Pathways Mentoring, but it gives you a kind of a guideline if you don't currently have a formal mentoring program in your club. So I want to hear from you guys. I know we got a couple of people here with us in the room. What is an expertise that you could provide to a protege? And what is what is a goal a mentor could help you achieve? I'm going to stop my share for a little bit and just hear from you guys. What expertise can you provide to your protege? Gopu, you want to go first?
Sure. One thing I would like to provide to protege is, first, I put myself and remember myself that first day when I'm joining or entering as a guest to the Toastmaster, how I get lost. If I remember that way, I might put myself into his or her feet and start to ask appreciative inquiry rather than bombarding, oh, Toastmaster, you know, like how you like about Toastmasters, what you know about Toastmasters. Once they start to speak, then we can figure out that what is her or his vision to come there. Then slowly, step by step, I would like to do a appreciative inquiry so they can explore more. So the question here is, what do we like to say or give is whatever they want, right? I don't know what he or she is coming there for, right? Like for you, you came there for communication. If I have to give, I don't want to give you, oh, the district leader is a great, you will run away because that is not your purpose. But when you said, well, I want to learn how to communicate, here you go, then it's the best time to say that here are our programming, you know.
Yeah, that fits with that. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's why it's so, yeah, that's so important. That's why you kind of want to get that long-term goal. Where do you want to hit? Like, where do you want to get to, right? You want to understand where their life goals are, but focusing on that short term, first of all, and just be like, okay, what are the first couple of steps that'll help you get there?
Correct.
Yeah, nice. Corey, what about you? What is one goal a mentor could help you achieve?
Great question, Catherine. I've had a mentor now since early spring. And I think it's kind of answering both questions. I also have a member that wants to have a short phone call this next week. And I'm thinking from her perspective, I'm just going to find out what her goals are, as Gopu was just saying. And she's picked a path, you know, that might be to start out to look at all the different pathways and which one may fit her, but she's picked a path. So looking at the different levels and what kind of speeches she might give to help her in her personal life or her work. Inversely, that's what my mentor has been doing with me is we meet actually, and we go, if you're familiar with the West Metro here from Minneapolis, out west of Minneapolis and Minnetonka, there's the Carlson Towers. That's the club I belong to, the Carlsonics. And so I meet with my mentor we were meeting once every month, now every couple of months, but we'd just go for a walk, about a half hour outside on a nice day, and just chat and have a relaxed chat about work and family, because all of these, the nuts and bolts of this blend into everything. I joined this primarily a year ago to get better at communication and listening and speaking for my job. But I've noticed benefits in my personal life with relationships and interpersonal skills. You know, it all works. Yeah. I don't know if I've answered the question yet, but I think what can I get from my mentor? I think I'm getting it already, and I'm absorbing it and I'm realizing it. Wow, he's given me some of these tools by just listening to me and talking and reflecting back, maybe some energies that I'm kind of putting out. Like if I'm confused, he's helping me traverse through it. And then he helps direct to the former VP of E2, which will help me with the nuts and bolts of saying, yes, on the website, you go there and here's where you can find these particular items, and that's helpful as well. So because the website is a little bit intimidating at first, like Gopu was saying, you know, you start, you join, and they show you this big website, and there's so many button clicks and menus and different things, but you just kind of wade into the deep end and you just immerse yourself in it, and you just learn as you go.
Yeah.
But, yes. As a side note, what do you think about, I'm just throwing out an idea here, since this member contacted me and asked if we could get together next week for a few minutes. I started thinking about somebody I was trying to get a job interview or something here a few years ago, and somebody sent me have you heard of the app Calendly?
Yep.
C-A. So I was going to create, well, I did create a Calendly account last night, and we have about 20 members, and I was thinking I was going to send a link out to the members and have them set a meeting with me when it's convenient for them for 15 minutes or a half hour over the next month or so. And I would do that twice during my time as VP of E, and that would kind of blend into the mentorship items you're talking about. And then also with irrational selfishness, I want to build myself up so I can go into my work life and try to mentor folks and be more comfortable with people in general.
Yeah. So that totally speaks to my heart, because as a region advisor, also a coach or mentor the district leaders or help support them. So those relationships are different for every district leader. But I've got the same thing. I use doodle.com.
Okay.
And I just let them see my calendar, and sure. I let them book whatever. And that's just so much easier for me, because I'm available whenever, but it is easier if it's in my calendar, just because of work and things like that. So it's that's a great resource. That's a great opportunity as the VP Ed to connect with each of the members and kind of just make sure you understand their goals. And if you have the chance to actually speak with them, there are other resources out there too to kind of get goals from members. There's a member interest survey.
Okay.
So it might even give you some good questions to ask people. Be like, hey, because it talks about what are you interested in? Like, are you interested in contests? Are you interested in evaluations? Do you want to present some workshops? Like, what do you want to get out of Toastmasters this year for
okay,
experience?
Thank you. I'm typing that down. I'm typing all kinds of notes tonight, but I might maybe send that survey with a link to each member, and then if you wouldn't mind filling that out, and then schedule a meeting with me, and I think that'll go over. That's a really nice idea. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the in the mentoring program, it's kind of like, what are your goals, right? So you kind of know what to go back to them on and be like, hey, you said you were really wanting to do this in the first 6 months. How is it going? Like, where are the barriers? What can I help to get out of your way? Like, what can I help you with? Exactly. So that gives you something to follow up on.
Very good.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to end the formal presentation of this mentoring program. I do encourage, for the VP educations in the clubs to learn about the Pathways Mentoring Program, the resources for anybody new to mentoring or new to leadership or new to Toastmasters. It's a great formal way to learn and step through the program, and a formal way to make sure that there's somebody focused on the clubs. As VPEs, you guys can absolutely reach out and help club members make sure they have those opportunities, but it might even be more beneficial to get some mentors assigned to those new members, or even to existing members, to help them, because then they'll get more focused time that maybe you wouldn't be able to do all by yourself, and it gives other people the other opportunity. So again, that Pathways Mentoring Program is available after you complete level 2 of your path, and I strongly urge everybody to sign up for that. So thanks very much for giving me an opportunity to speak with you all today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. And fellow Vice President Educations, I don't know if there was a credit program in our legacy program, but happy to hear that Pathways has mentoring program which member will get award as well as they will complete one of the project. Thank you, Catherine, for giving this information. It's a great information with all your personal experiences. Fellow Vice President Educations, you are one of the person who have to assign mentors, as Catherine says, for new member as well as existing members. As you saw, Catherine shows the pillar of a club, one of the strong pillar, mentoring itself a strong pillar. Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming, and this will be recorded and published so you can watch whenever you have time. Thank you very much. Thank you.